Am I the asshole for not saying thank you when a parent returned my son's lunchbox? I am a 35-year-old woman and have a son who is 4. Let's call him Ben. I pack lunch for all my kids and purchased bento lunchboxes for each of them. They cost about $50 on Amazon. I label my kids' lunches, lunchboxes, as well as pretty much everything they own and take to school. A few weeks ago, when I went to pick up my son from school on a Tuesday, I noticed that his book bag was a little light, and when I looked inside, I realized he was missing his bento box. No big deal. I mentioned it to one of the after-school teachers, and she said that she had accidentally sent it home with another kid. He has a similar name to my son, let's say Ken. I should note that I have never met this kid or his parent. Anyway, again, no big deal. I just kindly asked her to have the parent return the lunchbox the next day. The following day, I asked about the lunchbox, and the teacher said that the parent had messaged her saying she would bring it the following day, as they are part-time students coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, cool. Thursday comes around, and after school I'm like, okay, where's my son's lunchbox? The teacher tells me the parent forgot it, but will definitely bring it next Tuesday. I'm a little annoyed, but I figure I'll give the parent some grace. Next Tuesday comes, and still no lunchbox. At this point, I'm properly annoyed. I mentioned the missing lunchbox to my son's daytime teachers, asking them to reach out to this parent so I can get my son's lunchbox back, because what the heck? Fast forward to another week. Still no lunchbox. Apparently the mother is postpartum and very forgetful. She made a joke to the teacher, saying the lunchbox was getting closer to school because she put it by her front door. Needless to say, I'm seriously frustrated. I really don't understand why this is such an ordeal. Just put the lunchbox in your car or your kid's book bag to bring to school. My husband wants me to find the parent and confront her myself, but the teachers won't give me her name, and I can never catch the kid or her at pickup. So I send a very stern email to the principal, admin, and all my son's teachers expressing my frustration with this and explaining that I want my kid's stuff. I guess they finally are able to get through to this parent, and the next Thursday, nearly 4 weeks later, she meets me and brings the lunchbox. She apologizes and tries to joke about the situation, but I was so annoyed that I just kind of stared at her blankly. Then I just said okay, took the lunchbox, and left. She apparently told some of the other parents that I was rude to her and that I could have been more appreciative that she brought the lunchbox back. Ma'am, eye roll. So anyway, am I the asshole for not saying thank you? Not the asshole. The school messed up, but the problem should have been fixed the next time her kid went to school. I suspect she was planning on keeping it. Not the asshole. If she can remember to pick her kid up, she can remember to return your property. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean being a stay-in-bed mom? My brother, 27, and his wife, 25, have a 5-month-old baby. He works long hours while she stays home to take care of their baby, and I live about 10 minutes away from them and drop by sometimes to help. But lately, every time I go there, she's in bed scrolling on her phone or saying she needs a break. The house is a mess, bottles everywhere, laundry not done, dishes in the sink, and the baby crying most of the time. Last weekend, my brother called me saying he was losing it. When I got there, he was trying to cook dinner with one hand and holding the baby with the other. His wife was literally in bed watching Netflix. I ended up feeding the baby, cleaning up a bit, and helping him calm things down while she stayed in bed the whole time. After that, I went to her and asked if she was okay, and she replied, "Yeah, a bit exhausted. I can understand that being a new mom is rough for people, but my brother works 40 to 50 hours a week and still helps with the baby, so I lost my cool and said, being at home doesn't mean that you always have to be in bed scrolling and watching TV shows." She started to cry and complain to my brother. Now he is mad at me for hurting her. I literally don't have anything against her. I just felt bad for him doing everything by himself, and he is still mad at me for that. Am I the asshole for saying these things to her just because I wanted to help my brother? Has she been checked for postpartum depression? You are the asshole. This screams that she has postpartum depression. I get everyone else's frustration, but did anyone stop and think about this? Edited to add my judgment. Honestly, it was not this person's place to say what they said. Is she a bad mother? Maybe. But how about trying to weed out any other medical reasons before dunking on her? Also, thank you to whoever gave me an award, my first. Edited again to add that the original poster asked if he was an asshole for saying what he said and making her cry. I judged asshole. Talk to your brother, not your sister-in-law. Am I the asshole for calling my friend's husband a useless piece of shit? My best friend and her husband have 4 kids, 8, 6, 4, and 3. My friend's husband is a great dad when someone is there to help. When he's alone with all 4 kids, he gets overwhelmed and freezes. A few weeks ago, my friend was sick, so I brought over dinner. We thought it was just a bad cold. When we were eating, my friend went to the bathroom and the 3-year-old followed her. The 3-year-old came running out, saying her mom was throwing up. All the kids ran to the bathroom, followed by me and my friend's husband. I helped her clean up while her husband went to get her nausea medicine and a thermometer. When he came back, I asked him to get the kids out of the bathroom so she could have some space. After we got the kids out, I took her temperature and it came back at almost 104, so I went out to get her some Tylenol and water. I get back and the kids are all in the bathroom again because their dad can't keep them away for 2 minutes. I gave her the Tylenol and water and she almost immediately started to vomit again, then passed out. Her husband just stood there while I was trying to get her into the recovery position, get the kids away from her, and call 911. I managed to get all of them out of the bathroom, and her husband was coming back every 20 seconds, asking if I could call their nanny to help with the kids, if I could go to the hospital with her, did I start the dishwasher or does he need to hand wash the youngest sippy cup, and so on. When my friend regained consciousness, he even started asking her how to do bedtime for the little ones. Did she wash their pajamas yet? Did they get screen time that day, or can he put on a movie? I told him his wife couldn't hold his hand right now, and he just had to figure it out. He told me he's not usually the one that deals with this and he's trying his best, then goes back to asking what stories the kids like, what setting does he put the sound machine on, and how do they like their milk. I just snapped and told him to figure it out on his own and called him a useless piece of shit. It's been nearly a month and he still acts all pissy when I stop by the house. My friend says he'll get over it, but my boyfriend thinks I was unnecessarily rude and he was trying his best. Am I the asshole for calling him a useless piece of shit when he couldn't handle his own kids while his wife was experiencing a medical emergency? Not the asshole. Wife unconscious. He's asking about bedtime stories and sippy cups. Sometimes a harsh truth is needed. Honestly, I think you were too kind. Would he have even called 911 if you weren't there? Or just shaken her awake to ask her why she was slacking off? This dude is not a good dad. He's cosplaying while his wife works herself to serious illness. I bet she hasn't been given any help to recover either. I would be making it my life mission to make this dude miserable and get my friend ready for a divorce. She's already a single mom. Removing him would be a net drop in care work because she has to parent him as well. Am I the asshole for taking my niece on vacation after her parents planned one without her? My niece, who is 11, is the youngest child with 4 older brothers. She's also the youngest cousin and grandchild, and the only girl. Between that and the fact that she was very sick when she was little, she's a little spoiled by everyone except her parents. When she turned 11, she told her mom she wanted to go on a weekend trip with just her and her mom. Her mom made a big deal about her wanting to exclude her dad and brothers. They refused to do the trip and also didn't plan anything for her birthday, so I took her on her trip myself. Last month was one of her brother's birthdays. He decided that for his birthday, he wanted everyone to go to Mexico, except for my niece. Her parents agreed that it was fair, because if she wanted a trip without them, they could get one without her. They asked me if I could watch her for 10 days. My niece was so upset, so I decided to plan a surprise trip for her. I have some clients in Miami, so I arranged for us to go there for 5 days, drive up to Orlando for 3 days, then fly to New York for 2 days, where I also had to get some work done. It was technically a work trip, but I was able to plan a lot of fun outings for my niece. Just before their trip to Mexico, I told my niece's parents that I had to be in Florida and New York for work during their trip, but I could take her with me. Since it was so last minute, they had to agree as they didn't have any other childcare and couldn't miss this trip. She had a blast. We spent a day in Disney World, went to 2 Broadway shows, spent most of our time in Florida on the beach, did a lot of shopping, got room service for the first time, and our tickets were upgraded so we flew first class on our way home. Her parents are mad that I spoiled her and undermined them so I don't get to see her as much as I used to. I'm still their after-school childcare, so I see her a few days a week, and they're going around telling extended family that I took their kid across the country without permission because I was upset about her being punished for being rude. So she asked for a trip with mom alone. They said no because it's mean to her brothers. But when her brother wants a trip without her, it's fine because she dared to ask for a trip without siblings. What sort of mind-bending parents does this poor girl have? Not the asshole. You are a wonderful person to look out for her. It's the "we have contempt for females" type of parents. Original poster is not just not the asshole, she's a hero. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.